the link into the group, yeah?
Okay, should be live.
Should be live now, yeah. So they're straight, yeah?
Morning team. Welcome to Wednesday's webinar. Hopefully we're going to have some fun, and welcome to the guys from Top Trader. So as you can see up here, we have all the details of Top Trader. I'll come on to Top Trader in a moment, but first of all, what we're going to see today is the routine. We're going to work on my routine. Okay, as you know, I'm quite a volumatic intraday trader, so there could be lots of opportunities. I had a quick look this morning. Not much happening. Quite a busy news week this week. You know, Janet's speaking later today. You know, we've got the FOMC. So busy old week, but that's not an excuse not to find opportunities. As you know, I like to do some high impact trading as well. I like the live in 5, where we find a trade, place a trade, and bank a trade in 5 minutes. So through the next hour, we'll have lots of fun, lots of activity, and the occasional bad joke as well. Okay. Now, one of the key things, guys, when we learn to trade, or we've decided that trading, you know, is for us, whether it's going to be a full-time profession or we want to become like a lifestyle trader, whatever. One of the key things is, you know, we need a journey, we need a goal, we need an end target. You know, you need to be able to gauge yourself against your peers to find out whether, you know, what you're doing is right. Especially if you don't have the facility or the fortune of coaches and to be able to attend courses and webinars and that type of thing. But so one of the companies I'm involved with quite heavily these days is a company called Top Trader. Now, Top Trader offer prop accounts to proven traders, and that could be a novice trader. All they're looking for are individuals that, you know, understand risk management, understand trade sizing, and also understand how to make profit. Okay. Now, with the right coaching, the right education, that, you know, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's something that can be done. But you want, if you're doing well out there, why not have the recognition of your peers that you're doing well? You know, why not use your skill and get someone else to give you some money to trade? So what I'm going to do before I get started on my routine, guys, I'm just going to run a short clip from a friend of mine, Francois, from toptrader.com, just to give you a brief of, you know, it's okay doing lots of these webinars and training courses, but it's great if you're doing well. Why not have the recognition? You know, why not get other companies interested in you to give you some money to trade? So I'm going to run this video, and I'll catch up with you in a couple of minutes. But have a good listen to this. It's something that I'm heavily involved with, I endorse, and a lot of guys that work with me and have come through my trading school are now working on there. See you in a moment.
Very simple. You register for a profile at toptrader.com and link it to your live trading account with one of our recommended brokers. The Top Trader algo listens to your trade and gives you a score. If you have the highest score, you get our money to trade. Top Trader is a permanent allocation program, and we give out $10,000 every 2 weeks. You can win multiple times to get more capital. You have to understand, though, that 10K is risk capital. It is the equivalent of a 100,000 investment with a 10% stop loss. Top Trader is also associated with many professional incubation programs. For instance, the Quantic Incubation Program did 2 500,000 allocation last year, but they intend to do more this year. In essence, we have a multi-step process in place, from winning a contest, managing a bit of prop money, and finally graduating to a larger regulated asset manager. Yes. 2 of our winners have ended in major investment bank. One is on the G10FX trading desk at Citibank in New York, the other is at Goldman Sachs. But more importantly, though, we have a winner in Egypt who won 13 times. What are the chances for a good trader to be discovered in Egypt? There are capital restrictions there, very little banking, and certainly no prop trading. With Top Trader, if he keeps on doing well, maybe he will end up at a large institution too. In the meantime, he's just getting extra money from his trading whenever we pay him performance checks. One, we have an algo which scan all the accounts. The algo includes hedge fund metrics to scan traders' activity and include factors such as risk reward or Sharpe ratio. It is not about getting the highest performance, it is about getting the risk to reward right. Second, traders who won and enter our prop trading team are monitored and coached by our prop trading team manager. To learn, Top Trader is transparent. You see everybody's trade, you see how we rank traders, you see the ones we give money to, and you can talk to everyone in our Facebook group. I am sure you will learn more from our community of traders rather than from following some analyst paraphrasing bank research and having no live position himself. Go to toptrader.com, register for a profile, open an account with one of our recommended brokers, link to your account to Top Trader, and join our community. Ask yourself, there is no downside, so why wouldn't you join?
Okay, guys. So I thought Francois was all good. I think he should be on CNBC anchoring. Very, very good television face and voice. Well done. But that aside, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're interested in taking this a step further professionally, then you know where to go. Toptrader.com. Okay. So any questions? As you know, guys, this works with questions. We've got a handful of you viewing through YouTube. But we seem to have more coming through the website. So I think in future what we'll do, make sure you get the YouTube link. It's easier to work through YouTube. If you need to fire any questions to me, come through the website. But then after this, you can catch me on Twitter at live_Bentley on Twitter as well. Okay, so here we go with the offices of the FX Trade Academy boys, who are once again kindly hosting today. So let's see exactly what's going on in the markets. Let's see if we can find something to play with. Okay, so the first thing I like to do, as you guys know, is just check the news, briefly check the news. In fact, we won't. Okay, so we'll go on to the Forex Factory. We'll quickly check the news. On in the markets, let's see if we can find basically there's quite a bit of news today. We've got 9:30 GBP. Okay, so the first thing I like so for this session, as you guys we will just be looking at briefly check the news, being aware of the pound. Okay, there is news throughout the day, but for this session, in fact, we are only going to be worried about impact news on the great British pound. So Forex Factory, we'll have a look. Let's see what's happening. On in the markets, so again, and basically there's quite a bit of news today. We've got 9:30 GBP. Okay, so the first thing I like so for this session, as you guys we will just be looking at currency pairs, check the news, being aware of the pound. This is how I start the day. There is news throughout the day. Aware of the news session, impact news, as I said, we're only going to be worried about 30 impact news. Okay, now I'm going to look for opportunities. So I'm working on the 1 hour time frame. Excuse me, I have 3 moving averages on there to again. Basically, there's quite a bit of news today. There's 9:30 GBP. So for this session, we will just be looking at currency pairs, being aware of the pound. Okay, there is news throughout the day. Aware of the news session, impact news. As I said, we're only going to be worried about 30 impact. Okay, and now I'm going to look for opportunities. I'm working on the 1 hour time frame. Excuse me, I have 3 moving averages on there to again. Basically, there's quite a bit of news today. There's 9:30 GBP. So for this session, we will just be looking at currency pairs, being aware of the pound. Aussie dollar. Okay, that should be fine. It was me. I've been told not to press buttons, but I did, so that's all down to me anyway. We're okay. First off, I'm looking at the Aussie dollar now. As an impact trader, day trader, what I'm seeing now, I'm seeing the 20 across the 50 moving average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hours of buying in the last 9 hours. RSI converging. We're nice and low. We've got all this potential profit. So for me, that's the first one on my watch list for a potential buy. Aussie dollar, US dollar. That's what I do, guys. I make a watch list. I won't just jump straight in. I like to have a maximum of 3 trades open at any one time. So Aussie dollar, US dollar, that's number 1. So this is how we scan through. So I'll do this quite quickly. Dollar yen, a little bit messy, trapped in between the moving averages. So I'm quickly going to skip that. Pound USD. Do you know what? As much as I love the pound, until Theresa sorts her mandate properly and we actually, get going, the pound's been driving me crackers. So I'm actually avoiding the Great British Pound at the moment. Sterling for me is, if there's a nemesis out there, it's the sterling. So I'm actually avoiding that. And I'm going to shift on. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to shift on now. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay, messy. As you guys have worked with me, it's known as Lionel. Look at that, listen, pin the tail on a donkey with that one. There's nothing there. So this is the key to day trading, guys, and lifestyle trading, if you have an hour, is to get in, get out, make some money. But what we don't want to do is waste time looking at positions. We want to see the screen showing us something of beauty, okay? And that to me is messy. So that's Lionel. We're skipping that straight away. New Zealand yen, again, the price action on the 1 hour, bearing in mind we're going to be working for about an hour, it's trapped, it's locked, it's like the prisoner in between the moving averages. I'm not even going to visit it. Gold, guys, again, personally I stay away from gold. I think throughout the years most of my bad losses have come through gold. To this day I don't know anybody who's consistent enough to make a profit on gold. So for me, if I were having to recommend anything, I recommend that I stay away from gold. Okay, Euro GBP, as I said, it brings in the pound. Not sure about the pound, and again, very messy. Look at this, very, very messy. And this is the key to this, guys. When if you're lifestyle trading and you have a couple of strategies just before you go to work, this is what you should be doing. You're in, you're looking at potential setups, you want to be able to place orders and forget about them when you go to work, okay? But I mean, just to retract one of the statements, it's not what you should be doing, it's what I do. As I said, this isn't a tipping service or anything like that. I'm just showing you the routine that I do, and if you guys want to come and work with us, then there's ample opportunity down the line, okay? You've already heard about Top Trader, the FX Trade Academy. The guys have got some good programs. So again, if you're interested, keep in touch with us. fxtrader.com, fxtradingacademy.com and toptrader.com. Okay, Aussie Swiss again, Lionel. Okay, we're going to move straight on. Okay, there we go. The other one was dollar Swiss. Aussie Swiss has just broken through. I may come back and have a look at that. Looks a bit messy, but the fact that it's broken through, we've had some consolidation, it's been banging its head, then all of a sudden, bang, it's through. Interesting. Already it's shown me with my choice of my selections on my watch list that perhaps this morning, at least, we've got the Aussie dollar is relatively strong. Okay, and again, for me, Aussie CAD, possible setup there. I like to check the other time frames, sort of the larger time frames, just to make sure that I'm not buying at the top or selling at the bottom. Okay, so again, if I was to take that position, what I look for, I've got some room to make some profit. Sorry, let's finish this off. Okay, so again, we've got that. Okay, ideally we'd want to be buying from here, wouldn't we? That's where we'd want to be buying from here. We want to sell from the top and buy from here. So again, it can make the difference of, you know, some of the poor trades that we take. But once again, I'm liking the Aussie CAD. Now normally when you're at home, or when I'm at home checking this, I'm not chattering to myself. We're going to kick on. I also, before I forget, I've got in Winchester on the 6th of April and in central London on the 13th of April, I've got a couple of live trading seminars. I'm going to be trading for a couple of hours, and again, if it's something of interest, there'll be some guys there to help you or direct you moving forward if this is what you want to get into. But it will certainly be different, I guarantee you that. Okay, Euro USD. Okay, again, it's trapped within the moving averages, so I'm not overly interested. Aussie yen, to me, it's ranging. That's Lionel. Okay, CAD yen, Lionel. Swiss yen, Lionel. Euro Oz. Okay, so I like the Euro Oz. Okay, plenty of room to drop on the Euro Oz. It's just broken through the 200. We've had some nice selling, some nice cyclicity. It bangs its head, comes down, giving us a lower high, bangs its head, comes down. So do you know what? I fancy that so much. That's going to be my first trade. Okay, so in we go. Direct to market. Stop loss just above the 200. Now, I'm not going to place a profit take on there at the moment because I'm still in charge of the screen. However, the minute I finish the webinar and I'm on my way, I've got swimming lessons this afternoon. I want to improve my swimming. I want to go to the beach this year, so I'm going to put on I'll put on a take profit whilst I'm in transit. So there's the first trade of the day. Again, it's not a real strategy. I'm just standing back. I'm looking at the weight of the market is coming from top left to bottom right, so it's south, and all of a sudden it's broken the 200, which is quite an achievement. Okay, so again, but I don't want to harp on. There's the first trade of the day. Euro was short, and with my day trading routine, I'm normally looking for 20 pips, 15 pips. Do that 3 or 4 times in a session. All of a sudden you can understand how on average we can make 1,000 pips a week. Okay, so again, it's the sort of thing we're doing, my team and I, we're making with these systems about 1,000 pips a week. So again, if you want to know more about that, give us a call, guys. fxtradeacademy.com. Euro CAD. Again, lots of testing. 1, 2, 3. You knew I was going to say that. Lots of testing there. No real direction. It's broken. It's boring. It's tested a couple of times. I think today we're waiting for the Fed to confirm 3 or 4 rate hikes this year. No rate hikes this year. So it's just the calm before the storm. A lot of people are just hanging around like they do on the street corner, just waiting for Janet to give us some direction. Okay, Euro Swiss. I'm not being funny, guys. You could speak to a 5-year-old child and say, okay, is that going up, going down, or going sideways? It's going sideways. Okay, identify that quickly. For me, waste of time. Okay, a little bit of interest now. So Euro New Zealand, we're nice and high. Okay, that's the first thing I like. We've got a nice seller's candle there. Yes, we've got a little bit of momentum support there, so we've got a little bit of support. So we're not jumping in straight away. Just check the other time frames. Okay, fair enough. A little bit of a doji there on the daily. Okay, we've probably got probably about 40 or 50 pips. So do you know what? I'm going to hold fire on that one purely because I'm seeing some moving averages on the daily and they just may get in the way. Darn those moving averages. Okay, so let's go back to the 1 hour. Euro yen. Oh, Lionel, look at this. This is messy. Okay, and do you know what, guys? When I'm teaching and working with people, I tell my guys to try and find an excuse not to place the trade. And if you can find or if you cannot find an excuse, then your setup, the probability is that your setup should be okay. But I try to find an excuse not to place the trade. We want to protect that pot, don't we? You know, the pot's a toolkit. We need to protect our tools, look after our tools so that we can build. Very important, and that's a great analogy that your trading pot is your toolkit. You know, you need to look after it. You know, if you were a builder, you would never sell your tools. My ex-wife, I remember many moons ago, she said to me one day, you know, I need a new car or new something. It was always something new. She said, and you know, I said, well, at the moment, you know, we don't have any spare cash. She said, but you've got your trading money. I said, but that's my toolkit. You know, if I was a builder, would you expect me to sell my tools? And she said, yes. So I divorced her and moved around the corner. That's for me, because I was committed. I'm not selling my tools. How on earth can I build? I don't have enough noughts in my bank. I need to keep building. And then when I do get enough noughts, I can give it away to charity or whatever. Anyway, moving on swiftly before I rattle too many cages. So there you go. So again, pound New Zealand, a little bit messy. Pound yen. And again, see, even though we're not finding much to trade, guys, we're finding reasons not to trade. I mean, look here. You know, the price action is trapped in between the moving averages. And you know, I mean, you know, as I was mentioning earlier, we average, the team and I, about 1,000 pips a week. We could go Monday and Tuesday and maybe make 50, 60 pips. But we don't give up. We keep going, because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, always, you know, you get 2 or 3 days a week, which allows you to you know, accrue enough points, pips, you know, to hit your target. But on average, over a month, we're hitting 1,000 a week, which is really good, and that's not with too much drama. And this is all lifestyle trading, guys. We're hitting 1,000 a week, and that's not by sitting in front of a screen for 8 hours. I mean, who wants to do that? That's rubbish. It's done that, boring. It's by fitting trading around your quiet moments. You know, you build trading into your life. We don't sit at screens all day long. If I was a graphic designer, it might be different, but I'm not. Okay, so again, first check through, not a lot happening, but do not despair, because there is always something possible. Every hour, every half hour, we've got the US, the pound news coming in about 7 minutes. Then we've got people gearing up for the US. So once again here, you know, we could have a nice setup there, but we're trapped in between the moving averages, okay? We don't know which way to go. And again, I think this has a lot to do with the Fed's decision today. So let's break out either that way or either that way, and then we can get involved. We can get on board, as they say. Okay, so again, it's trapped in there. So the first real scan, not a lot's happening. I'm going to have a quick look at the indices. Okay, so again we've got twin towers here. We've got rail tracks on the DAX, but again it's very lineal. It's trapped by the moving averages, so we're going to shift on. Quick look at the FTSE. Okay, again the FTSE's threatening to drop. Haven't they all been threatening to drop for donkeys? But again, if it does drop, it's going to stamp its feet on the moving average. You know, yes, I've got orders for all of the indices. I'm way down here with my orders. Come the glorious sell-off, brother. So again, so what I'm going to do now, have a quick check on what we were in earlier. Okay, quick check on what we were in earlier. So we jumped into we looked at the, what do we have? The Euro New Zealand we looked at, and the Euro OS, the Euro Australian dollar. There we go. Okay, so that's the live trade we took. It's just sitting there 10-12 pips away. We've got a nice tight stop loss on there, which as day traders, that's what we do. Generally, when we do have a morning session, we can place 10, 12 trades. So Euro Oz, okay, it's breaking through. Big deal. I'm going to let that do what it wants to do. So we'll go back and look at the Euro New Zealand. See what that's doing. So again, this was the one's testing. Doesn't know what it wants to do yet. If it does give us a selling formation, if I suddenly get sellers candlesticks here, and it's telling me it wants to sell, I've got a nice profit take just on the 200, which would be probably about 50 pips away. Well, when I'm only looking for 20, maybe 20 per trade, then fantastic, you know. That's 2 of my trades. And then the other ones we looked at, Aussie dollar USD. Quick look at Aussie dollar USD. Bearing in mind, guys, to remind you, we've checked the news this morning. FX Street or Forex Factory. Always check that impact news. We just know within our session, we've got 9:30 pound news. There is lots of news throughout the day, so it's, you know, so tread carefully, guys. But okay, so again, Aussie dollar US dollar. What I liked about this initially was the moving average just crossing over. Quite a bit of buying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 hours of buying in the last 8. So what I'm going to do there, I'll just bring the chart up. So I've got plenty of room to get some profit should I need to. Should I need to? Of course I need to. So what I'm going to do there, I'm just going to place a little order. I don't fancy jumping in. Okay, just above the wick of the candle. So a little pending order. Little buy stop. Maybe 75.90. Now remember, guys, if there's any questions coming through, I know it's only the guys on YouTube I think at the moment can ask the questions, but we'll soon have that sorted. We've got a few guys on YouTube, and obviously we've got the guys watching through the website FX Trade Academy. So here's an order. Pending some move this afternoon. So again, just above the wick of the candle. Maybe bring that up nice and tight. As you can see, when we're day trading, we don't have a lot of risk. There was a great part in the film The Big Short. There's a couple of young guys. I think they took 150,000 US to something like 20 million or something like that. And what their strategy was, lots and lots of trades with small risk but big rewards. So yeah, you know, they could lose 10, 12, 13 trades in a row. They only need one to kick in, and that's how they turned within, I think, an 18-month period. They turned 150k into 20 mil. Now, yes, I know that's a film, before you cry, Hollywood, but it was based on a true story, and those guys did actually exist. It was a little bit more complex than that, but generally, you're getting the idea. Small risk, big reward, you know, allows you to, you know, not be too worried by the losses. Trading losses are only expenses anyway. So that's that one there. So quick look at Aussie Swiss. We were saying that the Aussie was strong this morning. Okay. But if you remember earlier, shows you what can happen within the space of half an hour. The Aussie broke through the 200 moving average. Didn't like it up there. Far too cold and foggy. So it's decided to come back and get itself back on the beach. Nice and safe in here. What a coward. What a coward. Okay. Coming back here. So again, Aussie Swiss, we're not going to be sending him a Christmas card. And the other one was Aussie CAD. Let's have a quick look at Aussie CAD. Okay, I'm liking Aussie CAD. Tell you what I'm liking about the Aussie CAD is that it's very easy to say Aussie CAD. I'm liking that on all 3 time frames. It's buying. I like the fact that the moving averages have crossed over and they're opening up. They're simple moving averages, but they're speeding away exponentially. The moving averages in the correct order. My RSI is agreeing with me directional. So again, I like in this one. I'm going to place an order here. I'm going to place an order here, and Here we go. Okay, here we go, guys. So again, there's my next order in. It's on the Aussie CAD. Okay, it's on the Aussie CAD. One sec, guys. Is that coming through? Do you want to ask it to calm down a bit? Sorry about that, guys. It's just that we've got a group outside the office. They're doing some filming in the street. So they're a little bit noisy, a little bit excited. I think it's got a bunch of extras out there, okay, pretending to be actors. So, again, no Ricky Gervais or anyone, but good, we've shifted them along, and now we can crack on. How dare they? Okay, they should know we're all in the film business together. Okay, so again, shifting on. Okay, so there's the second order, and what I like about the Aussie CAD is it's nice and lots of buying, lots of buying. Other time frames, some heavy buying over the last 4 hours. Other time frames, some heavy buying on the daily chart. So lots of buying. I'm loving that. Okay, so for me, I'm quite confident on the Aussie CAD trade. Okay, on the 1 hour, bang. So that's that one. I'll happily leave that when I get on my merry journey back. So there's the second trade. So as you can see, I know it's taken a while because we're sort of conversing. We were hanging around just for the 9:30 British the pound news to kick in. It's just kicking in now, so we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll perhaps get some movement on the pound. Normally I like to give it 5 or 10 minutes. For the pound to decide up or for whichever currency was involved in the news, just to sort itself out, get itself back together again. But certainly I'm working on that Aussie strength this morning, Aussie CAD, and bearing in mind this can all turn around in the afternoon. How my routine is, I get up in the morning nice and early, I do my first scan, market scan, maybe 7:30, get my orders involved, check them again over the next couple of hours. I then make sure I have a break from about 10 till 11:30, come back, some lunch, and then I'm back on the US session. I like to get into the US session about 12:30, quarter to 1. Maybe it's an hour back at the moment, so maybe 11:30. Another key thing which works for me is that if I have trades on in the morning, I try and make sure I close them out before the American guys come in, because they tend to do the complete opposite what the rest of the world has done throughout the previous part of the day. If they come in and they tend to sort of blow the place up, so that's not good. So again, if I have any live trades that are in profit on a morning session, then I make sure that I have closed out those trades before the afternoon session starts. Very, very important. If any of my trades in the morning are losing or in a negative position, then I'll happily leave them for the American boys and girls to sort of rectify for me. But generally, if I have profitable trades in the morning, I'm out of dodge. Okay, I'll then, like I say, have my break. Then I'll look again, maybe 12:45, maybe have a couple of hours in the afternoon, and go from there. The majority of my other time I have with my students and doing stuff like this, which is wonderful. So the news has come through. It wasn't the most important news today. So again, give it a couple of minutes, and we'll certainly look at the pound to see if we can get anything directional from the pound. Earlier, the other trade we had earlier. Let's look back at what we traded. So we've got the Okay, so the euro that was our trade earlier. I think it's just kicked us out. Okay, so one trade, one loss, and two still running. Happens. That's the fun of this. Okay, now what we don't want to do is take that personally. It is what it is. So okay, we will. A couple of minutes have gone through. We're going to have a nice scan now. Wow, the pound looks to be really shifting now, guys. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the pound CAD. Whoa, we've got some movement here. So we'll let that pound just run itself out of steam. Give it a couple of minutes. Some nice big candlesticks, guys. Look. Some nice big candlesticks. Okay, so again, there's the pound. So the impact news, whatever's happened, we don't care. We're going to let the pound get out the way. And we're going to go again. So again, as you can see, this is the routine. Up early, do our morning trades. We're going to be finishing, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. We'll just have one last scan of the markets, and then we'll get back and see what's what. Okay, so there's my Aussie dollar trade. It's an order. I'm just going to leave it there. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the day. Aussie dollar, US dollar buy. The reason for my selection, I'm liking the moving averages crossing over. I'm liking the cyclicity of the RSI. I like the fact that I've got quite a bit of profit. Should I need to take that much profit? So again, for me, it's got a clear run. There are no moving averages in the way, no real support or resistance. So here we go. We're going to go through that. Dollar yen. Okay. Nothing there. Pound USD. Okay. It's still running amok. I'll leave that alone. Aussie New Zealand. Lionel. New Zealand yen. Okay. Lionel. Look how messy this is. It's a messy old morning, which normally means a good afternoon. So I'll be looking forward to this afternoon. Okay, so Euro GBP stuck between the moving averages. Have the discipline to move on. It's blocked. It's stuck. It can't get out. We don't want to be the one to try and push it through. Let it do it. Let it sort itself out down the line. Again, Lionel Messi. Okay, and again, I think a lot of this is to do with Janet Yellen this afternoon with the Fed and the hike information and the hike news, because it's just people. It's really as the calm before the storm this morning. People just waiting. Okay, so there's our other trade. So there's the Aussie CAD. That's just pushing on nicely. It's actually just kicked us into. So we're now live Aussie CAD as well. That's kicked us in. So now the fact that we're live, and I'm going to be on my way very soon. I'm going to pop in a nice take profit level, and if you look, it's at least a 2-to-1, could even be a 2.5-to-1 risk reward to risk. So that, if that kicks in, that's not a bad. There's our risk there. There's our reward. So again, we'll see how that one goes. Okay, Euro USD trapped in between. Euro GBP trapped. Dollar Swiss. Lionel. Aussie Swiss. Aussie CAD. Again, guys, for me, this is the discipline I have. If there's nothing there, I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to close one eye, stand on a box, whatever, to try and find something. If it's not there, it's not there. Okay, boom. CAD yen, locked away. Swiss yen. Swiss yen is just breaking away, but to me, it's ranging. I'm not getting at all excited with that. Euro that was our earlier trade. Euro CAD, again, doesn't know what to do. They're all worried about Miss Yellen this afternoon. Euro Swiss looks like a garden fence, just blocking us in there. Absolutely no interest. So one of the key things, if anyone is picking up stuff today, it's about taking trades when you don't need to, diving in when you don't need to. Okay, having the discipline to be able to wait. I mean, the beautiful thing about the Forex market, about the financial markets in general is that, you know, at the drop of a hat, someone could say something, a news release can come out, and all of a sudden we've got lots and lots of movement. You know, you can make your week's target in a day. So that's why we never have to rush. We don't really need to jump in. So, you know, the fact that we've not got much on today, I'm going to start winding down now, guys, because I'm starting to bore myself. So I'm obviously boring you guys. So again, nothing really happening, but I'm quite looking forward to this afternoon. It tends to be the way. Boring morning. We're okay in the afternoon, as you can see. Everything's messy. Once again, we're trapped in between those moving averages. It's messy. It's Lionel. We don't want to get involved. No, we've got a couple of orders in. One's kicked in. One's okay. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm just going to sort of close down. Like I say, you saw the Top Trader video. It's all going to be on the website, on the toptrader.com and the FX Trade Academy website. Okay, you know, why not work? Why not test yourself against your peers? You know, and if you're any good, you know, they're going to give you some money to trade. How good is that? So, you know, you don't want to be locked away in your bedroom just learning to trade and being successful and quietly pat yourself on the back. Come outside the box, come outside the comfort zone. Register for the Top Trader. Get involved. Listen, if you come last, you don't go to prison. Okay, you can just improve. It's fun. Okay, and you know what? If you're quite good, these guys are going to throw money at you to trade. So, again, toptrader.com. I seriously recommend that you check that out. You saw the video at the beginning. It will be on here anyway. You know, in the archives. That aside, I'm going to close down now. So if you need to contact us at all, it's fxtradeacademy.com. Top Trader to find out more. Toptrader.com, or if you need to get hold of me direct, I'm on Twitter at @live_Bentley. So I wish you all a smashing morning, a fantastic afternoon, and a wonderful evening. One sec. And what I will say, guys, is my director has just fired one into my ear. What I will say is that if you want to come and start asking questions and get involved, it is very, very important that you log on through the YouTube platform. The guys that have logged on through the FX Trade Academy, of which there are many, you guys have just had to sit and listen. But if you want to get involved and ask questions, it's so important that you come through next week. You come through the FX Trade Academy YouTube channel, and that way you can participate, you can get involved. And then we can we can answer your questions. But that aside, like I say, guys, have a great day, great morning, good luck, with your trading, and I'll hopefully see you next week. So that's me signing out. Let's see what Janet Yellen gives us this afternoon, early evening.